Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. To obey means you honor, you listen, and you keep the request your parents have given you. You do what they request. Parents, who wishes they had obeyed their parents more? Stand up if you're a parent and you wish you'd obeyed your parents more. I know you don't stand up a lot. Parents, if you wish you'd obeyed your parents more, stand up. Children, look around. This is a testimony of how obedience is helpful. You can sit down now. A foolish person learns from their own mistakes. You cannot obey your parents and learn the foolish way. If you do not obey your parents, you will end up in trouble. A wise person learns from other people's mistakes. I wanted you to look around so you can look and learn from our mistakes. We wish we had obeyed our parents more. Your parents are not keeping you from happiness. Your parents are keeping you from danger. Your parents are keeping you from things that are not good for you. Your parents want you to be joyful and happy. So whenever they say no, it's with your best intention. Many of you, I know, have heard these 3 modifications for what it means to obey. You obey quickly, fully, and happily. To obey quickly means you do something and you do it promptly. You don't mope. You don't barter. You don't modify. When your parents tell you to do something, it pleases the Lord for you to obey quickly. To obey fully means you don't halfway do something. You don't go and put the blocks in the case, but then not put the case where it belongs. It means you obey fully. This is building character in you. To learn to obey fully is building a character in you that will make you an obedient Christian. To obey happily. Now, this is the hardest. Yes, how can I happily clean the toilets? It's by seeing what you're doing makes your parents happy. It's by seeing what you're doing makes God happy. Children, you can worship in a magnificent way in your home by obeying. It pleases the Lord. That is your right place of worship. That is your primary arena of worship. Obeying your parents. It pleases the Lord. Now, I love this. Paul makes sure, obey your parents in everything. So you have to ask, and what do I need to obey my parents? Everything. They're the ones that care for your every need. They're the ones who you obey in their every command. It is everything. I want to ask this one question. Do you trust your parents to have your best interest in mind? Are your parents trustworthy? If you ask them for bread, are they going to give you a rock? No. Everything you've ever needed, your parents have provided for you. Everything your parents have ever done has been to sacrifice thanklessly. Parents do not get thanked enough. Today is not the day you thank your mother only. But that's the thing. Moms get thanked once a year for all their labor, for staying up late at night with the sick ones, feeding, caring, washing clothes, cleaning. If you think about everything your parents do for you, is there any way you could think they have anything other than your best interest in mind? Sometimes your parents have to make hard decisions. And you have to trust and know that it is with your best interest in mind. When your parents say no, it's because they love you and they have a clearer vision, a more direct wisdom in what is best for you. So when you're in the grocery store line and you're really hungry and you see the candy bar and you're you're committed. I need the candy bar. There's something about candy and kids. You're committed. I need the candy bar. And mom says no. Well, the sinful response is to throw a tantrum. And mom's going to say no. The sinful response is to kick and fight against mom. And the mom's going to say no. See, she has your best interest in mind. Even though the easy thing to do would be to give you the candy bar so you quit crying and fighting and embarrassing the family in Target. The easy thing to do is to calm you and to quiet you. But no, her best interest is you. That you don't spoil dinner, that you learn to obey fully, quickly, and happily. When your parents make tough decisions, honor them. Learn to thank them. When you can understand why your parents make certain decisions, trust their wisdom and God's design to put them over you. Now, our passage speaks to children, but I do want to address youth because, well, youth, you're in a unique situation. You're starting to get perspective. And you're going to think you're the only one that has this perspective. You're going to think you've figured things out. And I love the zeal of youth. I miss the zeal of youth. But that zeal needs wisdom. God has given you zeal at a young age, and He's given you parents with wisdom so that your zeal has wisdom. It pleases the Lord. Again, this is your opportunity for worship, to obey your parents.